Testing one, two, testing one, two. This is Wanda. This is Diaspora Connect. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will wait till some people get in before I start chatting. Decided to go live, and yeah, so here I am in the room. I need to see if someone can tell me if they can hear me or not. Um, let's see. I don't know why this is that. Oh, okay. Slides, extra camera, video file, image file, share screen, invite guests. Hmm. See, how do I see name? No. Banner. Hmm. So I'm just waiting on some people to jump into the live. Decided to do a live today and chit chat with everyone. Chit chat with everyone this evening. This evening here in East Africa. It is 8:27 p.m. here in East Africa. And so I am just waiting for some people to jump in so we can chit chat. We can chit chat. And I am not sure how to. Um, Comments. Comments. Okay. Yep. So I'm just waiting for people to jump in the room. We're gonna chit chat about this Nottaway plantation being destroyed, being burned. We need to chit chat about that so I can see what everybody is feeling. I think I already have an idea. For those who are in my community, I already have an idea of what they are thinking, what you are thinking, what we are all thinking, and how we are all feeling about this plantation situation. Plantation, the largest U.S. plantation being burned and destroyed. The plantation where our ancestors were enslaved and brutally uh, and treated brutally, gaped, graped, um, and all kind of disgusting and terrible behaviors, that things that were done to them. So it's a bit of a vindication for our bloodline that that place is gone. It's like a vindication for our people. So it's a good thing for us to see the retribution or vindication of our ancestors. So yeah, I just wanted to chat about this Nottaway plantation and the destruction of it, and I wanted to get like some people's take on it, some people's view on it, what you think, how do you feel? There is a lot of chat online about this, and I also want to share a song with my people when they get in. Yes, sis. Cynthia, welcome in the room. Yes, he did. He did. He did. Oh, praises. All praises to the Most High. He is worthy, and vindication and retribution is coming. It's coming slowly, but it's coming. I see the difference. And I actually shared, I shared uh, um, somebody's short on my community tab, and YouTube took it down. And they said it incites violence or something like that. And I'm like, everybody's talking about this. Everybody's talking about this. So they didn't give me a strike. They just removed it. So I said, you know what? Let me just do a live so we can chit chat about it, because I want to hear from my people. I want us to share how we feel on this channel, what we think, how we feel about the destruction of this wicked, demonic, horrible, evil place that had enslaved our ancestors and abused them, misused them. And it is actually a burial ground. It's like a mausoleum, because their bodies are there for sure, for sure. They don't have a, they said that there is no graveyard. So their bodies are there. So yeah, it was time to come down for sure. Sis, can you hear me okay? Cynthia, if you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat, sis, and let me know if the volume and the sound is okay. I got my microphone on, so I wanted to make sure everybody can hear me okay. So hopefully the volume sounds okay. The sound is okay. Oh, thanks, sis. Perfect. And I was trying to wait for some more people to get in here, because guess what I'm gonna sing, sis? Guess what I'm gonna sing? The Negro National Anthem. Georgetta Pinnick, welcome in the room. Welcome, welcome. I'm about to sing the Negro National Anthem for y'all. I know it's only 2 right now. I'm about to sing it because guess what? This is a celebration. Destruction is commencing as we speak. Yes, Mike G.A., welcome in the room. So y'all ready for my song? Are y'all ready? I'm about to sing. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven rings. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling seas. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the presence has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on until victory is won. I had to get that off my chest, y'all. I had to get that off my chest. I had to sing. This is dedicated to our ancestors, what they've been through, and to let them know we did not forget about their pain. We did not forget about the trauma, the drama, the wickedness. Thank you, sis, that has been done to our people. It's in our bloodline, and we don't forget. We don't forget. Just like the Most High don't forget, we don't forget either. We don't forget. Yes, and they're being, it's never too late for people to pay for what they did. If you commit a crime, it's never too late for you to get your just reward. When you do wickedly, especially with the atrocities that our ancestors, our forefathers been through, yes, vindication, retribution. I want it all. I want it all. Yeah, I had shared a short, Mike G.A. Tony Africa, welcome. I shared a short with a picture of it burning, right? And they all over the internet. And I shared it on my community tab, and YouTube right away. YouTube sent me an email saying we're gonna have to take this down because it's inciting violence. It's inciting violence, and I'm like, you can't really say anything because it's already gone. And I'm like, I don't want my channel to be affected. I didn't get a strike, but they removed it. But I looked on the internet. I'm like, these pictures are all over the internet. all over the internet. I just share on my community tab. And I did say, burn, baby, burn. All praises to the Most High. I did say that. So they're saying that it's inciting violence. And I'm like, it's already done, though. It's done. It's gone. It done already happened. So I decided to do this live. That's right, Cynthia. No statute of limitation on payback. None. That's why I decided to do this live since they have removed my short that I actually shared on my community tab. It was just a short, and they took it down right away. So I know that's how I know they watching my channel. They like on my stuff, like watching every little thing. So, and I'm thinking, I'm all on the internet. I'm seeing it everywhere on the internet, but they're gonna take my share down. I didn't even do a video about it. So I decided to do a live because we have a right to talk about it, because it was our ancestors that were the ones that was being mistreated and unalived and enslaved and you know, they don't want to give us reparations, right, for this. But you got people still carrying out these wicked plans of their forefathers. They're still carrying these plans out and pushing this wickedness. And so I'm so grateful and I'm so happy about it. That's just one less that we have. It's so many more, but that was the largest one. So that I feel like if you bring down the largest, biggest one, then all the small ones will start falling. And so I'm hoping that is what happens. And I want to see it. I want to be able to, with my eyes, behold and see the reward of the wicked. I want to see it. Yes, I've been seeing that lately. I've been seeing that since lately. Uh, yes, I have been seeing the Most High been vindicating us real quick lately. He been on it lately. So this also shows me that the punishment is up. Like the curses are reversing. Things are happening to them that happened to us. It's like everything is coming back, and I'm enjoying watching it. I'm like, wow, we don't have to do nothing. We don't have to do anything because the Father said that vengeance is mine. I will repay. You know, they might think, oh, it's old. Forget about it. That's in the past. No, 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 no. No, we ain't forgetting about it because the Most High don't forget about it. The one who created us, he's not forgetting about it. He got a tally sheet and he got all the information on the sheet, and he's coming for you. He's coming for you because of the destruction and the wickedness and the evil things you've done to his children. So he's actually coming for you. So yes, I feel like this is one step forward for us. I really do. Because yeah, bringing that thing down, it was supernatural the way that thing came down. The way that building came down, the way that plantation burned. Yeah. Mm-mm. And some people, you know, they subscribe to the, you know, ancestors or whatever. This is dedicated to them because I know that they died in there, you know. Yes, they thought that they would be able to abuse us forever. Yes, they did. But they seeing now, they're seeing this is supernatural. When the Most High get done with them, when our Creator gets done with them, they're gonna know it has nothing to do with us, but they're gonna know why it's happening. They're gonna know who's doing it. It's ain't gonna be no doubt that it's their God. It's their God that's doing this. Like Pharaoh, he knew that it was the children of Israel, their God, when all this stuff was coming on the Egyptians. Pharaoh knew it's their God. That's how the world's gonna know. Their God loves them. He's coming. He's coming for vindication, for vengeance, for his people. Yeah. And so this is very exciting. This is so exciting. I had to do a live about it because I just wanted to chat with my people. I'm like, family, look at this. Look at this. And I know our ancestors are rejoicing. I know they're rejoicing. Yes. Yes, they will, Mike G.A. They will know soon. If I feel like they all have heard it and they know, but they don't want to, I guess they don't want to accept it. They don't want to accept it, right? But it's going to be so much happening that they're going to have to know that without beyond a shadow of a doubt, the Most High is going to make sure they know that He is our Yah, or He is our God, the God who created everything. See, their gods are lesser gods. See, their gods are like the creation, the moon, the sun, the stars, the wind, the water. That's their gods. Their gods are creation. Our God is the creator. Our Elohim is the creator. He created everything. He even created their gods, and they had the water and the sun and all these gods they be worshiping. Our God, He created everything. Our Yah created everything. He's the Elohim of everything. And He has a people, and He's going to repay. He's going to repay for the atrocities that have been done to us. And they're going to give us reparations somehow, some way. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I really feel like we're going to get reparations. Yeah, we're going to get reparations. They might be against the wall with it, but somehow, some way, it may not be in a form of cash payments. Maybe it'll be in the form of something else, but we're going to get reparations. We're going to get some money. We're going to get something out of this. And as much as they're trying to hide our history in America, getting rid of the museums, it's still bringing, like, things are happening, and it's bringing our history to the forefront. Damian Jones, shalom, and welcome to the live. Welcome in the room. And we're just talking about the Nottaway Plantation, the destruction, and how, you missed my song. I sang the Negro National Anthem. I didn't sing the whole, all three. I think it's like 3 verses. I just sung the first verse. But yeah, that was dedicated to our ancestors who are, I would say free, but we know, if we're in the truth, we know that either they are in heaven with the Most High or hell, because you die once and then the judgment. But their retribution, their vindication with this one place where this ground was like a burial ground for our people. Their bodies are there. It's a mausoleum. So they're being disrespectful to our people's graveyard. Just the whole thing. This was it was just retribution. It was vindication on a small level. We got a lot to go, but I feel like they got rid of the biggest one, the largest plantation in America. Now the smaller ones can start falling. The smaller ones can start falling too. I mean, if they want to use it as a museum, that's one thing, but you got having weddings and birthday parties and all that, and then you still, it was just disgusting. It's just disgusting. So I'm just glad that it has burned to the ground, and our ancestors have been vindicated. Yes, Mike G. Yes. And the scripture said, only with our eyes shall we behold and see the reward of the wicked. We was all sitting there watching that thing burn, baby, burn. Yep, we was watching it, and we was like, wow, yes. A small victory, nevertheless, it was a victory. It was a victory for our people, for our bloodline, for our ancestors. Yes. So a small victory for our ancestors, we're happy. Like, my spirit is happy, and a lot of us are like happy about this, because it was just wrong. It was just so terribly wrong. Everything about the way that they were making money off of it and all that stuff, and making a lot of money off this place, off the suffering of we even our ancestors built that place, for crying out loud, and they're making a lot of money off of it. And they probably even mistreated the people that worked there, the descendants of slaves that even worked there. They probably didn't pay them right. They probably mistreated them too, So, something happened to where the Most High was like, okay, it's time. It's time. Yes, we had to go through so much, Mike G. Yes, we had to go through so much to get to this point. Yes, our ancestors. Yes, Yes, to get us here, for us to have the freedoms that we have, for us to be able to speak like we're speaking now, for us to be able to stand up for certain things, even though they're trying to take us back. They're trying to take us back, but we'll never go back. We'll never go back. That won't work. That won't happen. We won't go back. They're going to try hard. They're trying hard getting rid of all these laws. J Star, no sound? No sound? Oh, no. Put a one if you can hear me. Hey, Janelle. Can you hear me? Oh, you can. Okay, okay, okay. All right, because somebody was saying no sound, but yes. Okay, thank you, fam. Yes, this is a celebration. That's why I want to do this live. I'm like, it's celebration time. I already sang the Negro National Anthem for y'all. Y'all got to go back and look at the replay. Thank you, Tony. Y'all got to go back and look at the replay because I had to sing that. That was on my mind. I was like, I'm singing this for our ancestors, for our people. J Star, okay, welcome, J Star. I had to sing the Negro National Anthem for my people, and yeah, this is a small victory. I'm happy for the ones that were mistreated on that plantation, and the ones who were uh, just all these atrocities, and whose body is still there, family. That's their burial ground. That's a mausoleum. Yeah, I'm glad. Because you ain't had people in there spending the night having birthday parties and weddings and all this stuff, and then not telling the truth and being honest about the atrocities that happened at that place. Thank you, Georgetta. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, the roof is on fire. Absolutely. Yes, yes. I was singing all kind of songs. The roof is on fire, let it burn. What is the other one? Fire, fire. And what's the other one? Burn, baby, burn. Just go inferno, burn, baby, burn. Yeah, we singing it all. We singing it all. All the songs is coming up. I think that what is it? What the Usher song? Let it burn. I think that I ain't got his voice. I can't hold his notes now. Yes, so all the songs, like they all coming to mind. Yes, yes, yes. It had to go. It was time, family. It was time to go. It survived the Civil War, but yeah, it was time to go. Yeah, it was just time to go. So it went. I know that's right. We singing, we dancing. Look, we would have had a barbecue out there. Juneteenth is right around the corner now. People gonna make up for old and new in Juneteenth. That's around the corner, so they can do their barbecues then, and in remembrance of our people. We don't forget. We don't forget that type of stuff, especially because a lot of it's happening to this day. The mistreatment, the disrespect, the racism, white supremacy, it's still happening today. So no, we don't forget. We remember everything, everything, and we're gonna call it out. You want to get rid of Black history, but it will never die as long as we have channels, as long as we are online. It won't die. It won't die. We won't allow it to die. So, but yeah, I just wanted to chat with you guys. You can lay eyes on me. It is right now 8:50 p.m. here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I am in Africa. I think I'm about 6 to 8 hours away from you guys. Wait a minute. Yes, the truth is coming out about us. Let me go up. Sis said something. Okay. Sana said white people are singing It's So Hard. I know that's right, sis. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I know that's right. I know that's right. They crying. J Star, welcome from the UK, from London. Welcome to the channel. I was talking about that Nottaway plantation that got burnt to a crisp. The ones where they had our ancestors enslaved, about 200 of them, and they built it. They actually built it, and they was making money off that place, having weddings and birthday parties and all that stuff. Yeah, it's just a disrespect to our people. Total disrespect to our ancestors. We don't play that disrespect with our ancestors. We going, yeah, they ain't here, but we are. That's our bloodline. We fighting for them. We stand for them. Yep, they are in us. They're part of us. So yeah, you did them dirty. You did us dirty. They're my people. So yeah, we ain't forget. We're not gonna forget. We're not gonna forget our history, even though you want to wipe it away and you want to think we're gonna not teach our kids and you don't want to teach it. You don't have to teach it. We're gonna teach our own children. We should be doing that anyway. We should teach our own children about our history. We don't need other nations to be teaching our kids lies anyway, because you don't have to. You're gonna have to go back and re-teach them anyway. So you have to like wipe away the lies and then reinstill the right, correct information. So you might as well teach them to begin with the truth. And so I wish that I can't go back, but I wish I would have didn't have to do the. I had to wipe all the lies out my mind and just start putting in the correct stuff. So I had to do a lot. You know, we got to do a lot of course correcting. Thank you. Thank you, Mike G. Mike GA. Thank you for the super sticker, super chat, whichever one of them it is, the starred. You can start. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. It said I can start. Let me try to. I'm trying to learn. It's different stuff to do. Let me see if I could do this. Why is this? Let me move this. I don't know how to move this thing. Let me see. I'm trying to do, let's see. We have to support. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. They be watching me like a hawk, y'all. Watching me like a hawk. Soon as I put that, soon as I share that little snippet, they send me that email so quick. They was like, you gotta we removed that. I'm like, what? Let me see if this. Okay, I did it. Thank you. I'm in Dar es Salaam, J Star, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I'm in East Africa in the house. Yes, I have a company. It's called Diaspora Connect LLC. It's a consultation business. Yes, I do a lot of it online, but under the business, I can do like a staffing company. So I help the locals find jobs. I do teaching, so I can teach English, business, customer service, whatever. And then the final thing I can do is I can do like leasing or rental. So when I do purchase land under the company, I can rent out Airbnbs. I can rent out short-term rentals. I can do stuff like that under the company. So yeah, I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss any comments. Let's see, new comment. Let me see if I could do this. Show. You hear it. I have a business on the ground here in Tanzania. It's called Diaspora Connect LLC, and I have 2 local partners. So you can do that here. You can I don't want to hide. Yeah, you can do that here, and I'm trying to make sure I'm doing this right. Hide current comment. No, I don't want to hide it. I've been here in Tanzania for 5 years. I left the US in 2020. He has. Oh, he's. I'm trying to figure out. I got like words on my screen, and I'm trying to clear it out so I can. Let me see. Let me go over here to comments. Comments. Okay. I'm trying to clear this out because, okay, how do I hide? Okay, okay. He is saying he has a business. Okay, okay, okay. So he has a business. Okay, let me go back up. I had like words on my screen. Okay, I have a business in East Africa on the ground. Okay, J Star. Okay, got you. How's it going with your business? Are you trying to get investors for your business? Okay, yeah. That's why I did my business small. So I created a small business, so I didn't need investors. That's why I have a land and building project. So if people want to donate towards it, because that's going to be the most that I have to pay for, like trying to acquire the land, to do the rentals, to do the Airbnbs and all that. And I also now want to do a farming. I want to do like an organic farming, something small for food, right? And I knew that I needed to have something that I can actually finance myself. So I started off small, you know. So that's what I did. Okay, so how can I show? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just learning how to look at these comments, how to do stuff. And so it's like stuff going on the screen. Hide current comment. Let's see. Okay. 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 All right, Bravo. Thanks, sis. Let me see. Right. No stat, you're right. Okay, let me get down to where I need to be. Creator. Janelle, what's up? I can hear you fine. Janelle, have a celebration. Tony. Okay, I'm going back to the comments. I'm trying to get back on the right track, family. Okay, okay. I have business. Okay. I've been here for 5 years. In July, it'll be 5 years. Um, okay, my email address is. I'm going to put my email address, Georgetta. I'm gonna put my email address in the comment. Diaspora next 0 at gmail. Okay. Trying to get yeah. See, yeah, that trying to get investors is very difficult. And I didn't want to have to do that. So, oh, you're in manufacturing, J Star. Okay, okay, that's a good area. That's a good field here in East Africa. They need that. They need manufacturing. Actually, they need that all over Africa because they sending their stuff out to the West to manufacture, and then they sending it back to them, and they got to spend all this money when they get the resources from here. So they need to start doing more manufacturing here, for sure, for sure. Getting that, yeah. Let's see. Okay, good to see. We are working. Yeah, we're trying. Everybody's doing. I notice a lot of people are doing business, but everybody's doing like little stuff and trying to work their way up. But it is not easy. It's not easy, but you just take it slow and just make sure you have the right partners. And you need the resources, the finances. So sometimes, you know, everybody don't come here with a whole lot of money. I didn't have a whole lot, but I've been managing and I've been like working with what I have and just coming up with other ideas to make money. Oh, Sierra Leone is going to be very, very simple. Okay. Okay. Let me see this. It's going to be Sierra Leone African event on. The president of Sierra Leone is going to be the. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, that's good. That's really good. It's good. That's very good. These presidents could jump in and help us out. That would be really helpful, because it's not easy trying to get financing. Um, it's not easy. Hmm. So we can try our best to. A lot of people, they go back and forth, so they'll live here and then they'll go back and they come back. So they go back and forth, trying to get the money right and everything. I haven't needed to do that. Shalom, sis. In March and want to come back in December. Okay, come back then. Come on through. Come back through. Did you like it? Apparently you liked it. Sassy Frassy. Did you like it? We are in a rat race in the West. It's so tired. It is very tiring. I was so ready to leave, y'all. When I left, I was ready to leave. Oh, you in Bagamoya, sis? You love it? Oh, nice. You ain't nowhere from me, sis. You out there though. I don't know if I can live in Bagamoya. It's away. It's like very rural. I mean, I could if I had a place out there, I could, but um, I'm looking at Moragora, sis. I really like Moragora. I really like that place. Sassy Frassy. Okay, I see your name now. Shalom, sis. Oh, you did like it? Yeah, it's beautiful out here, sis. It's beautiful. That's why I'm like, yeah, I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna have to make it work with this little business I have. It's small. It's just like some of these locals, they have a really small company, but I have opportunity to grow. I have opportunity to grow. Yeah, these places are in Tanzania. Bagamoyo is where the slave fort is, where the Arabs, in East Africa, the Arabs took us into slavery here. So they still have fort. They had the slave fort in Bagamoyo, and they have also a prison island in Zanzibar on the island. So you could take a ferry like 45 minutes or something like that. I think it's 45 minutes. I think it's like 45, yeah, 45 minutes to Zanzibar Island. And they have prison island. They used to take the prisoners over there when they got like diseases and stuff. It's like a quarantine. They was using like prison island as like a quarantine place where when the slaves got sick, they would send them over there so everybody wouldn't get sick. So they got like slave places here too. I mean, this was even before the transatlantic slave trade. It was the Arab slave trade. And they said the Arab slave trade was worse. They said it was really horrible for our people. And a lot of the people up here ran towards the West. So not everybody is from West Africa. A lot of the ones in the East ran towards the West, and the middle, they ran towards the West. Oh, Tony, Tony Africa, I'm not moving to Nairobi. It's too expensive for me. Or Nairobi. Nairobi is like New York, from what I heard. It's probably when they say they got some affordable places in Mombasa. I thought I might be able to afford Mombasa, but Nairobi, I don't have enough money to live in Nairobi. I got to stick with Tanzania. It's less expensive. Seasons by whom the book describes Tanzania's. J Star. Okay, 2,000 seasons. Okay. Yes, Mike G. I heard. Yeah, I heard that they was like castrating them. Yes, yes, and yeah, they say it was so. It was brutal. They said it was brutal. So, phew, the transatlantic slave trade ain't the only one. They ain't the only ones that did us dirty. Arabs, woo, honey. It's all over here. And there's a brother that's from Grenada, and he lived in Canada, and he moved here, and he went to Tanga, a place, Tanga, and there was a slave block. I had never heard this before, but he did a video when he was out there, and there's a slave block in Tanga, Tanzania, Tanga, and they even had a building, and the pillars of the building had chains around them. It's like it was showing the people that this is where you sell the slaves, and they had the thing, that the block that they stand on. And he took pictures, and I was like, man, I never heard that there was slavery in Tanzania. It was probably slavery throughout this country because the Arab slave trade was here. It was here. So I'm sure it was everywhere. Okay, Mike. Okay, Canada, Toronto. Okay, Toronto. How you like Toronto, Canada? I know they beefing with the U.S. right now. How's it going in Canada and Toronto? I've been telling people maybe they should go there if they don't want to leave far. They don't want to leave the U.S. and go far. They can go to Mexico. They can go to Canada. But I know that the president in the U.S. is making enemies with everybody. So when we travel, sometimes that's going to affect us. When they see them passports, y'all are fine. Okay. Yeah, they see our passports, fam. And I have to, I be saying, you look, Black Americans, we don't have Black Afro descendants. We don't have anything to do with what he's doing. It's not it ain't us. Don't take it out on us, please. Okay, that's a good idea. The government is diversifying. Okay, Mike G, that's a good idea. That's a good thing because this U.S. president is making enemies. And you see, y'all hear how you hear how I refer to him, the U.S. president. I'm in Tanzania, fam, and yes, I'm a citizen of the U.S., but I'm like the U.S. president. That's what I say. He's the U.S. president. Yeah, because we don't, I know I got this passport, but we ain't the one doing it. So please don't take it out on us when we get to them borders and we trying to travel and leave the country. Please don't think it's us. It's not the Black Americans. It's not us. We don't set the rules. We get mistreated our own self. Oh, the new prime minister is an excellent. Okay. I might research. I might look into him because I never really paid attention to the Canadian, except for when the Canadian president and their political stuff. Because just when the U.S. president was beefing with him. And the Mexican one too. I didn't really pay attention until he started beefing with these different countries, and then I started researching these different presidents, prime ministers, and these certain countries because he's making enemies of all these people. So it's really sad. And they're talking about sending migrants to Rwanda and El Salvador. I said in one of my videos, I was like, brothers, because he can send U.S. citizens. What are they gonna do if they are prison? If they're in prison for like life or years or whatever, he can easily send them away because when they're in prison, it's the prison. It's like slavery. So the federal government owns them. Yes, that's a good idea, Mike G. So I was saying, I know not that they're gonna see my video, but I'm like, if you Black and you in jail and they trying to send you somewhere, tell them send me to Rwanda instead of El Salvador. And I know African jails ain't no joke, but shoot, at least if you go somewhere, you better go to Rwanda if you're Black instead of El Salvador because they racist too. Every other nation outside of our people, they real racial. They racist, you got to deal with issues with the continental Africans too, with the overcharging and stuff like that. And some of them, they might have an attitude towards you, but it's nothing like that racism that you experience when you go to other places with people who don't look like you. And even some of the Latino people, they don't be liking us, some of them. They see us, they take a page out the white supremacist handbook and they start treating us the same way. So you need to be somewhere where people ain't doing you like that for the color of your skin. They're not mistreating you, but just because of the color of your skin, So That's just my take on it. But hopefully they won't send them nowhere. But at least if they have a say in it, they can't use foreign currencies here no more. Georgetta Pennant, the Tanzanian president, banned the use of foreign currency in the country now. So they can't bring no currency. You can't bring foreign currency into Tanzania anymore because they're banning the use of foreign currency in the country. You have to use T shillings. So don't bring it because if you do, you won't even be able to exchange it. Like you know how they have the exchange places. They're not doing that anymore. So don't. I've been telling people when I consult with them not to bring a whole lot of money, not to bring a whole lot of cash because here in Tanzania you can use your Visa card. So all you gotta do is go to the ATM and use your Visa card to get money out. So you don't have to like bring a whole lot of money. Just bring enough money for you to travel and pay for your visa and stuff like that. No, Cynthia, they're not exchanging currency anymore. They're not allowing people to um they're not using outside currency. So you have to they're not exchanging it either. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. Well, maybe they ain't enforcing it. Okay, maybe they're not enforcing it because the president said that they're banning the use of foreign currency to do business locally. But if you're doing business like with the embassy and stuff like that, you can use your currency at the at the border and stuff like that. Thank you, Mike G. Yeah, so I just wouldn't recommend people bring a lot of currency with them. If they want it, just go ahead and use your Visa card and you can get money out of the ATM. All you have to do is know your exchange rate. I mean, you need to know your currency conversion. I mean, you need to know your currency conversion. So for one T shilling, it's how many Canadian dollars or US dollars. Yeah. And they said Ghana's doing the same thing. Ghanaian president, he announced that he was banning the use of US currencies or whatever. So they're trying to make their money, bring the value of their money up. Yes, Cynthia. In Tanzania, the value is still pretty strong here. You just can't use it here. Like you can't like bring money and give it to somebody. You have to convert it. So you have to. That's why I say if you have a Visa card, when you go to the ATM and get money out, you just get your money out in T shillings instead of US dollars. So you still holding on to the value, but soon it's going to change because the more that they use their own money and they don't use other currencies, it's going to bring the value of their currency up, which is what all the African countries want to do. They want to stop using other people's currencies, especially the U.S. dollar, and and increase the value of their own currency. Okay, I'm just going through the comments, fam. In Canada, so we are fine here. Bring a lot of. Frank White. Yeah, I'm interested. Okay, that's madness. Oh, Frank White, you in Bessie Beach. Okay. I used to live in Bessie Beach. I lived there for 2 years and then I moved to Geta. Yeah, dollar bills, the value is changing. Starlight, welcome. How about in TC? Are there other YouTubers for you to network with? There's a lot of us here. There is a lot of us here, but let me see. But a lot of people are not on like online. Starlight, welcome to the channel. There are a lot of Americans or diaspora here, but a lot are not online. They're more camera shy. They're more private. it's only a handful, well, maybe two handfuls, maybe, I don't know. A lot of people are starting out here, but everybody's not online. And there are people with businesses and that been here or just 5 years or longer, and they're not online. They're more private. So we have a nice size community here, but everybody's not online. But they have groups and stuff. So it's groups here that people can like group if they want to group with other diaspora. They have groups here, but a lot of them are not online. And I don't blame them. They private. They don't be wanting people to know. Sometimes you got to move in silence sometimes, and people don't always want to have people knowing what they're up to and what they're doing. And I get that. I totally get that. Okay, so okay. So you probably can exchange your currency, but you just can't use it. Well, okay, you just can't use it in the okay. That makes sense then. That makes sense. Okay. So I think you can. That's what Mike G said. I think you can exchange your currency, but you can't use currency in the country. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so I have a clear understanding. You can exchange your money at the currency conversion, but you can't just use it to purchase. Because she did say that it was banned in local services like doing business, buying items, and all that. So, which is kind of good because they've been trying to overcharge us with the foreign currency in the country, asking for USD or whatever. So now they have to take T shillings and they can't expect to be trying to charge us for a rental and saying it's 300 USD, 500 USD. They can't do that anymore. Even with land, they can't quote USD to us to buy stuff. They have to quote us T shillings, even though they can up the T shilling amount, they can like make it higher, but still. Oh gosh, this is. I'm encouraged my family to get their passports. Yes, they need to get their passports. They just convert the U.S. amount to T. Yeah. Hey, Tanzania, Tony. You haven't used. Yeah, I haven't had USD in years. They just. Yeah, me too. Me too, Tony. Same here. Same here. Welcome in the room, brother. Welcome to the live. Okay. Oh, sent. Okay. I'm encouraging my family to get their passports, and that's what I'm going to take care. Okay. Yes. 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 Um, Tanzania is beautiful. Just got to have your plan, and but at least visit. I tell everybody, at least if you can visit just to see if you can, because it's so natural and it's not as developed as some places, so sometimes people got to visit first to see if they can be comfortable with the lights out sometimes, or they might have water issues sometimes. You might have hot water might not be, different issues that you might experience. You got to see if it's, unpaved roads. You might be, not be able to deal with that. But a lot of people that come here, they want to have like a farm. They want to be off grid. So this is perfect for them. This is what they want. But some people who like that city life, it might be a little harder for them to manage and adjust. Oh, thank you, Mike G. I'm trying to make it interesting. I know I'm just chit chatting, but I haven't done a live in a while, and I was like, let me chit chat. I didn't think of what I wanted to talk about. I couldn't think of anything, so I was like, let's talk about the plantation burning down, and then we can go from there. But yeah, visit to see if this is what you feel comfortable, dealing with. Like people got to see, because some people come and they see certain things and they're like, I'm not used to that. I can't do that. So you got Nairobi, you got South Africa, you got a lot more. I mean, you got Johannesburg, Cape Town, you got Nairobi, even Lusaka, Zambia is very developed. I went there and it was very developed. The malls are just like in the West. They got paved roads, they got street signs, they got just it's nice in the city area. Now you go outside of that city in Lusaka, Zambia, it's gonna be rural. It's gonna be dirt roads and stuff like that. But a lot of people want to be out. They want to be off grid. So I get it. I lived in Dar es Salaam for a year in 2020 and loved it. Did you really, Tony? Yeah, Dar is, I like Dar. I like Dar. Um, it has everything that you need. If you want to be outside the city, you can. Then you go into the city if you want to eat at these restaurants and go to this different stuff you want to do. They could do better with the infrastructure, but China's here building it up. They're here. They're building up a lot of the infrastructure. Tony is in Nairobi. He went to Nairobi, honey. He got with the developed city life, and he was like, "I'm leaving Dar es Salaam." I'm speaking for him. I'm sure he'll tell you why he left. Ooh. I've heard really good things about Nairobi, though. They say a lot of people say it's like New York, so I get it. But for me, I've lived in cities all my life. I was born in Jersey. I lived there, and then I moved to Atlanta. I lived there, and then I lived in Colorado Springs before I moved here. So I'm used to city life all my life. I mean, now I don't mind being like in a rural area, being out. I don't mind. I like nature, so it's okay for me. I don't have to be like the city life. I don't really need that. Tanzania, Dar es Salaam has enough for me. It has enough, and I like the fact that they're still very cultural. They still eat their cultural food. They still wear their cultural clothes. Um, they're not trying to be like us. I like that they're not trying to dress like the West and act like the West. Just some of the younger people, but most of them, they have their own style and their own culture, and I like that. Oh, okay, okay, Tony, go ahead then. He got him some property in Kenya and had a manufacturing company. How'd you like Rwanda? How'd you like Rwanda? I've heard good things, but people go there and they end up leaving. They go, but then they end up leaving. So I was just not sure how it was with Rwanda. East Africa got it going on. Don't sleep on East Africa. Yeah, West Africa got it going on, but East Africa got it going on too. Shout out to East Africa. East Africa is in the house. we trying to put East Africa on the map, y'all. We trying to put East Africa on the map. Not that they weren't on the map. I'm just saying, you know how you say that, like we shouting it out. We trying to bring it up, just like how Ghana is getting pumped. We want to do Kenya and Tanzania like that. Kenya is already, yeah. Kenya is really a lot of people going to Kenya. So I've heard good things about Kenya. It's a lot of us over there. A lot of diaspora over in Kenya. Yes, Georgetta. Yes, I'm learning to. I'm used to it now. I've been here in July to be 5 years, so I've gotten used to when the lights go off, honey. I got my little torch. I got my little phone. I need to get a solar lamp. That's what I need to get. I need to get a solar lamp. So when the lights go out, I'll just have the lamp. But right now, I have to use the torches and the phone stuff like that. But I can still manage. If it's at night, I just go to bed. During the day, I clean up, do everything stuff I should be doing, and not on the computer. I do that when the electricity goes out. And I have my battery pack so I can keep my stuff charged. I usually keep all my stuff fully charged anyway. But if we manage. We manage. Georgetta, how long does it take you to get to the city from Bagamoyo to like the city inside Dar, the city area? An hour, 2 hours? How long does it take you? How many acres did you purchase, Tony? Tony Africa, how many acres did you purchase in Kenya? Can you guys hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Because it's like real quiet right now. I don't know if people can still hear what I'm saying. Okay. Depending on traffic. Okay. Okay. Okay, Georgetta. Okay, Starlight. Thank you so much. Okay, so that's not bad. It takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to get to the city area. I'm outside of the city. So I'm like 15 or 20 minutes away. But where I live, I have grocery store, I have fruit stand, vegetable stands, and I have everything I need. Oh, that's good, Tony. Africa, congratulations. I have everything I need. Thank you, Georgetta. I have everything I need here. So if I can't go to the city often, that's fine. I could just plan it like I'll go once once or twice a month. And actually, the only time I really go into the city now is if I'm meeting someone because I meet people who first come in. So if they consult with me, I will, when they get here, I meet with them for like lunch, tea, coffee, dinner. I try to do breakfast or lunch because I don't like to be out at night. So I try to meet with people. Thank you, Mike G, for the one. I try to meet with people during the day because I like to be in the house at night. So I'll meet them so I can chat with them to make sure they're good. Their rental is good. Their hotel is fine. They're eating. Their phone is good. Their transportation is good. Rwanda is excellent. However, if you need a medical condition, if you have a medical condition, you need to be in Kenya. Oh, okay, Tony, got you. Excuse me. So I don't really need to go into the city often. I'm learning to live outside of the city. So when I decide to do my land project, it's going to be outside the city because it's cheaper. And then, I won't have to be like trying to run to a city. Is transportation back and forth easy? Starlight, I have a Bajaji, which is the three wheeler motorcycle. It's like a cart, a carriage with the three wheels. I have a personal driver. And so I'll just call him if I want to go into the city. I'll call him. I have things around me where I can actually walk. I got fruit stand, vegetable stand, grocery store. So I can walk for those things. But if I want to go into the city or if I need to go do something, um, you know, uh, in business or buy some kind of technology, tech. If I need to buy something like a computer or any kind of devices like that, phone, then I'll have him to take me. It depends on where you go. It's very affordable. It's reasonable. Um, Usually, when I go from home to the city, I usually go to Mbezi Beach. That's kind of like one of the city areas, and I usually pay him about in U.S. dollars. I pay him about four, five, six, eight, about $12, 12 US dollars to go there and back. So transportation is very affordable. If you get a car, of course, that's because they have like Uber and they have what you call Bolt. Bolt is like Uber. So you can get a motorcycle, a Bajaji, which is the three-wheel car or a SUV. So you select, and the larger the vehicle, the more expensive it'll be. A lot of people have personal drivers. So some people might have a personal driver who has a car. Some people might have a Bajaji. Some people have motorcycles. I'm not big on motorcycles here. Everybody rides them, but I don't like to ride them. I don't feel safe. So I usually ride like the three-wheeler, and my personal driver has one. So if I want to go somewhere, I'll just plan the day before and say, "Can you come tomorrow morning? Can you come tomorrow afternoon and take me to this place or that place?" And then he'll be here the next day. I try not to call him on the same day because he's usually working, so he's busy. If I need an emergency rider or drive, I'll just use Uber. I'll use Uber and just request um, a immediate driver or transportation. So most of us, we have drivers. Some people buy cars here. They drive on the other side of the road, and the steering wheel is on the other side also. Exactly. Get ready for a wild ride. Yeah, they drive crazy here. They drive very, they have their own system. It's crazy because we have a lot of rules and regulations in America for driving, but we have more accidents than they do. It just baffles me when we got all these stoplights, we got all these stop signs, we got all the rules and all these rules of the road, stop, and, yield, and all this stuff, but we have more accidents than they do here, and it's almost like the wild wild west. The rules, they be running lights. Everybody do it. Everybody just, they know how to manage. I wouldn't be able to drive here, and I've had a license since 2020, y'all. I went and got a license in October of 2020. I got here in July of 2020. I went and got a license here, so I have an international driver's license. Never used it. Never used it because I can. If I drive, it'll have to be out, out of the city, like in the outskirts, the suburbs, the country area, rural area. I would have to drive out there. And yeah. And then the roads is unpaved roads. So your car is gonna be, unless you got like a 4x4, your car is gonna be your tires, your brakes. Yeah, you're gonna need to keep them, change them regularly. Yeah. So I don't drive. I have a driver, and it's not expensive. It's very affordable, very affordable. And you can sit back and chill. You get driven all around. It's kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I've never been like driven around like that, except for when I was a child. I never been, chauffeured around. They help with the bags and stuff. And you go to the store and you get bags. They grab your bags and put them, like it's like an assistant, and I like it. It's cool. Yes, Starlight, I will be. I'm looking for a property as we speak. I thought I had found some, but I saw something. It was like not right, so I had to forego that one. But I'm looking for some so I can do like rental, like with the property, because the property will be attached to the company. So it'll be the company, and then your land is attached. That's part of the business asset. So on that land, you can make money. So you can, uh, yes, I want to do an Airbnb. I want to do rentals, and of course, I want to build a place for me to live. So if you acquire land under your company, you can build a structure to live on. You can do business there. You can, through your company, sell your whatever you selling, and you can rent it out for like an Airbnb or long-term, short-term rentals. That's making money. It's an investment. So you can use it for that. You can use it for that, as well as you can, like if you buy land, you can put maybe your business office, and then you can build a house. Hey, sis. Shalom, sis. Ready for a new lifestyle. Welcome in the room. Yes, you can do that. And they have a lot of rentals here though. They have a lot of rentals. Um, and you can find them all over. Shalom, fam. Welcome in the live. Welcome. Decided to do a live. I started talking about Nottaway Plantation, the destruction of it, but then we got off on Tanzania and different countries. Shout out to East Africa, fam. Shout out to East Africa. East Africa in the house. Come through. You made it where? Where you at, sis? What you mean you made? Oh, to my live. Oh, yeah, you made it. It was so unexpected. I wasn't planning on it, but I just was like, I got to talk about this Nottaway Plantation situation. Um, and you missed it. You got to go back and look at the replay. I sang the Negro National Anthem. Welcome. Yeah, I sang the Negro National Anthem. Yes, I did. Not all three verses, just the first one. The first and easiest one. I downloaded the song on my phone, and I was listening to it. I'm like, I didn't even know that it had like three different verses in that song. I mean, it talks, if you look at the words, they are talking about what they've been through. It's a story in that song, a deep story. I was just looking at the words. I'm like, wow, this is so deep. So I did sing the first verse, the first section of it. Yeah, the ones that most of us know, a lot of us know. Now, if you from the South, you may not, if you was born and raised down South, you may not know this song. But if you was born and raised up north, you probably know this song because when I was growing up, we was taught this song in school. And the school I went to in New Jersey, my most of my teachers was black. It was like a black area, so they was teaching us that they taught us the Negro National Anthem. We learned a lot of the black stuff about us. We learned a lot of stuff about us when I went to public school. And I didn't appreciate it until I got grown and I moved down south, and I'm like, they don't know none of this. Like a lot of the people didn't know the stuff that we was taught in school in New Jersey. I think people in New York, some of the, like, it's like the black areas, like I would say like the ghetto areas. I don't know if you want to call it the hood. I don't know. But these was the black areas. Thank you, Tony Africa. These was like the black areas where they was teaching us. And y'all know that Malcolm X, I think Malcolm X lived in New Jersey or had a house in New Jersey. And so it's like New Jersey is like a lot of the black people there are very pro-black. No, Mike G, I don't own a Bajaji. I don't own one. I was actually considering buying one, but I won't be driving. I don't want to buy a Bajaji to let a local drive it. It might disappear. I'm trying to say it in the most nice way I can. It might disappear. So no, I have not brought any type of vehicle. I just rent them. So I just rent them. Okay, Tony. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of the northern states, like, well, I would say maybe Philly, Jersey, New York, you know, maybe Connecticut. I don't know, like the hood areas or the black areas. When we were growing, I'm a 70s baby, so they was teaching us about, they was pro-black. Like my mother used to wear afro, and she used to wear like the big earrings. She used to wear like the Angela Davis type, her style. She used to wear kind of like that neo soul. She had that neo soul style, and they would teach us different stuff about Black Panthers and different stuff like that growing up. So I learned a lot about Black history, about our leaders, not only just about Martin Luther King, but Malcolm X was pushed big time up north because he used to live up there. And so I think he used to live in Jersey, or some kind of way. He was either had a house in Jersey, because a lot of people used to know him up there. They used to know him. So I learned a lot about our our struggle and our culture. So I'm always, I guess I've always been like kind of like pro-black. Exactly. Ready for a new lifestyle. I know a lot of people haven't. A lot of people have never heard it. I noticed when I moved to Georgia down south that it was different. They were raised differently. I was born in 69. Yeah. And when I moved to Georgia, I just knew the way that the good old boy system was when I moved down there. I was like, yeah, they don't know. I already knew they don't even know the Negro National Anthem. I know they don't know it. I know they probably don't know nothing about Malcolm X. I know they know about Martin Luther King because he was he's from Atlanta. So even when I moved down there, I went by his house. I went to see his house, Auburn Avenue, his street where he lived. Like they used to have I think they might still have like festivals on his street. And when they had the festivals on his street, everybody would go in his house, look at his house, his what you call that, the statue and his monument and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah, it's something that I learned when I was a little girl, and when I learned it, y'all, when I learned the Negro National Anthem, I used to sing it, but I didn't listen, I didn't understand like the words. But now that I'm older, I like our ancestors were singing their sorrows, they were singing their struggle, they put it in a song, and our national anthem wasn't the white national anthem. It was the Negro national anthem. That's our story right there. Everything was different. Like the white people's Independence Day was in July. Ours was Juneteenth. So we had different, we had different celebrations. Even though as a whole, the country as a whole, we celebrated the European settlers stuff, but we still had our own stuff. But you had to teach your children because not all schools taught the Black perspective. And you would think in Atlanta, because MLK was down there, they would, but it was like MLK was more that Christian, he was Christianized, and they just had a different vibe. All the racism and all this race, it was really bad down there. It was bad up north, but it seemed like it was more out in your face down there. I think they hid it more up north because it's bad, but it was hidden. And where I lived when I was growing up, I grew up in Newark, so I grew up in like almost all black neighborhood, but it was like foreign people there, so it was like Dominicans, Haitians, all different type of people up in like New York, New Jersey. So we lived amongst different types of people, but we didn't live around really Anglo-Saxons. We didn't live around the typical white people. We lived around Italians, and Italians were not as they weren't as racist. Okay, he was in. Yep. Okay, Starlight. Okay, I figured that because I know a lot of people in New Jersey, in Newark, used to be like a lot of the older people. They talk like they knew him, and they would always talk about him. He came up here for this, and they did. It's a lot of them that's in Islam. A lot of is Islam, Muslim. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Let me get to it. Let me see. I think. Yeah, that's true, Tony. That's right. Black folks are going to be singing a brand new next. That's right. Real talk. That's right. They really are. But but yeah, I'm grateful for the education I got from my family and from my community. And people talk so bad about living amongst black people, but I lived amongst black people growing up. Like everybody was black in my community, and I lived around the projects. I didn't know there was projects at the time, but we didn't live in the projects, but we lived not far. I had friends there, and everybody got along. People, we had fun. We used to have concerts in the park. It was just different when I was growing up. It's just more dangerous now. It wasn't as dangerous, and yeah, people used to fight and stuff like that, but it wasn't. People weren't getting unalived and stuff like that. People were still doing the old fashioned. People fight and beat you up. That said, you live another day. But now, yeah, we had to leave Newark because Newark started getting real bad in New Jersey. We moved down south because my mother moved us down south because she's like, it's getting too dangerous. So we moved. And then I was scared. I was scared of the South because it was like the Atlanta child murderers when I was growing up. It was the Atlanta child murderers. Yeah, Starlight. Yes. Did you see that Ghana erected a statue for Malcolm X for his 100th birthday, 100th year birthday? They got a statue that they just unveiled. It's in Ghana. It's not big like the 12-foot lady in Times Square, the black lady. It's not big as that, but it's a nice statue and it looks just like him. They did that in Ghana. The black people got together and they got a statue. And I'm not big on trying to I'm not big on statues, but it's a monument to him because he never got anything like they did Martin Luther King. So they did one like that for him in Ghana. I just saw it yesterday. I was like, wow, that was nice. It looks really nice. They unveiled it. So when you get a chance, look, just look for the statue for Malcolm X's 100th birthday and look on YouTube and you'll see that they unveiled it. It looked really nice. And he's standing there, he's pointing up. It looked really nice. Okay. Yeah, Nook was a trip. Nook was a trip. Yep. I left in my second year in high school. It was getting so bad. People was getting their houses broken into, cars stolen. It's just people was like starting it. This is I don't think they had the guns. I think it was like they was like killing people with they was stabbing people. People was just it was just getting really bad and violent. And so my mother moved us out of there. She was like, "Yeah, y'all got to go. It's just not safe." So we moved down south. And I was so scared living down there because I was like, Atlanta child murders is down here. I'm scared. Yes, sis. Yes. My favorite teacher, her name was Miss Tyson. I was in eighth grade, and she used to encourage me all the time because I used to be struggling in school. And she used to always say, like, encouraging things. She used to always encourage me. And when I graduated, I think she gave me like a special plaque. I remember it, but I don't know what happened to the plaque. But she gave me like something like really special because I was struggling and she really helped me through my classes and she encouraged me. And that's when I started like having a love for like learning and stuff. But I was bad in school, y'all. Y'all know because y'all see how I am now. Y'all, yeah, I was like a tomboy, like to fight. It was bad. But I learned a lot. And when I look back on my life, I'm like, I had really good teachers. My principal was black. And the school I went to, the elementary school is the same school my mother and my father went to. But we've been in Newark that long. My whole family was there. And my mother and father went to the same school that I went to. Well, I went to the same school that they went to. And if we were still there, I probably would have sent my son there. But I moved to Atlanta. And that's when I kind of started a new life down there. And I had to get used to all the racism and white supremacy because it wasn't that bad in Newark like that. It gets hot about 80, I would say maybe between maybe like 86 degrees. And with the sun, it feels like 90 degrees, something like that. But when I moved down south, y'all, I was around all this racism and all this black and everything. I wasn't used to that. It was like I went from being in an all black community, then I moved down south to all these white people, and they was the good old boys. They were so racist. And I worked at Ford Motor Company that at the time, and it was so many white plantation people who worked there, and they ran it. You know, they ran the union, the whole thing, and they would be saying stuff like, "Yeah." I heard them one day. They was like, "Yeah, them niggas. They don't want to come to Alabama." Like they were saying the N word. Like I had never experienced that. I had never experienced that growing up. So when I went down there, they was actually saying, yeah, they didn't care if you was hearing it or nothing. Yeah, and I just be staring at them like they was crazy. I'm like, these people are insane. They really act like this. Like it was just my first experience with racism when I moved from New Jersey. I was sheltered. Rainy season is about over. Rainy season ends in June. Rainy season is cooler in rainy season than it is in the dry season. The dry season can get up to, it feels like when the sun is coming, it feels like maybe 90 degrees, but I say 86 degrees. But we're around the peninsula, so you got that gentle breeze off the water, so it don't feel so bad. But it gets hot here. Dar es Salaam is the hottest city in Dar. It's the hottest one. Everything else is cooler, but Dar is the hottest. I lived in Atlanta, Tony. I lived in a lot of places because I lived there most of my adult life. I lived in Douglasville. I lived in Decatur. I lived in Lithonia. I lived in College Park. When I first got there, I lived in East Point. I lived in a lot of different places in Atlanta, in Georgia. So rainy season is going to end in June. So during rainy season, which it is now, it's a lot cooler, meaning at night it could get down to like maybe 70, maybe 70 or 69 or something. You might need a light jacket. So right now it's cooler, but in the dry season, it's hot. It's like 86. It can feel like 90 if the sun is shining because the sun is different here. The sun is really hot. And then, but when the sun goes down, it's 80 something. It's hot in Dar. I'm not gonna lie, but I like it. I like it. I like the heat. I'm a tropical person, so I like the palm trees and the off the water feeling. Yes, the rainy season is good. Actually, rainy season is my best. My best season. The only thing is it's muddy. It's wet and muddy, but it's cooler. Yeah, the racism up north in New Jersey. The reason I didn't experience it is because I lived around in the black. I lived in a black area, and only people that was in the area with us was Dominicans and Haitians. So we was all kind of like minorities. So we didn't really, we got along. They had their own community. We got along. So I didn't experience, like, even the Italians lived up there and they didn't even act racist like that. The Italians, they was, because they was mobsters. The Italians is mobsters. So they criminals. So they didn't really bother us. They was doing their criminal activity. They was doing their criminal activity with their drugs and stuff. The Sopranos. I don't know if y'all know that movie. If you that it was a show on cable. It was called The Sopranos, and they're in New Jersey. Their location was in Newark, so they did a lot of their casting in Newark, New Jersey. So they gangsters. So they used to have the money and the drugs. They did the drug, like, say they didn't bother us. They had they syndicate going on. Yeah, yeah, Mike G. The UK used to be like Canada, but they starting to come out with it, but they not as ain't nobody worse than the white Americans. Ain't nobody worse than them, and the what you call those, the Afrikaners. I heard that the Afrikaners and the black Americans are the most worst when it comes to racism in the world. Even some of the uh, Europeans don't like them. Even some of the Europeans from like France, Australia, from like, New Zealand, other places, they don't like those two Europeans. Even the Dutch and, the Afrikaners, they are Dutch. They come from the Netherlands. Even the Dutch people in the Netherlands don't like them. They saying that they like racism, but they do. They say that they're so racist, but they do the Black Pea Parade. That's the blackface parade. They do that in the Netherlands. I had to research that. And so, yeah, the ones in the South in America is the worst. Even the ones up north in America, the white people up like in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, they are racist, but they quiet with it, and they don't bother you. They don't do like the Karen thing, like all up in your business or watching you constantly. They don't do that so much. I think they're more overt with it. And so that's why a lot of us hadn't really experienced it. But then again, we didn't live with them. It was segregated. It's like an invisible, it's like an invisible segregation line up there up in New Jersey. It was like an invisible segregation line to the mop. Yeah, they was all in New Jersey, New York, the Italians. The only thing I liked about them, y'all, is everybody knew not to mess with them because that was the mob, the mob, the mob. They would be everywhere. The only thing I liked about them is they had a lot of restaurants and they can cook their pizza, their spaghetti, their lasagna. Fire, fire, y'all. The best Italian food you could ever try. Yeah, Tony Africa. The Africans are, yup. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of them in America. It's a Y'all do the Google the percentage of European, the percentage of people in America, and the top number of white people in America are Germans. They're Germans. So Germany. No, they weren't. Well, there are black people there. And I never researched that, but I think that there were. Every place had slaves, seemed like. Almost every white place had slaves. I don't think Iceland did or Greenland did, but I don't know. I don't know. We got to research that. I'm learning stuff even to this day. I'm still learning stuff about these people, y'all. I be doing research and finding out stuff. Yeah, they I'm doing research and finding out all kind of stuff about some of these Europeans and like yeah, but I know the Afrikaners, like you know, it's like they're the worst, and then the ones in America, they brothers and sisters. They think the same. I mean, think about apartheid and what's the other one? Jim Crow. Jim Crow and apartheid are the same thing. The same laws and rules. I think they based apartheid on Jim Crow. I think the Afrikaners based their setup of apartheid on Jim Crow. They're the same thing. Both of them are Nazis. The ones in America are too. They're Nazis too. They don't like Jews. The KKK, they don't like Jews. They don't like blacks. Same thing. It's the same community. It's just it's just the KKK, but they Nazis. You see, their leader saluted them at the presidential election. He activated them. Elon Musk. He activated them. It's a lot of them. I researched that just the other week, and that Germany is the largest number in America. It's Germans there. Nazis. Them skinheads and all them people, those are Nazis. Mm-hmm. So when I got my wake up call to leave, I was ready to go. Cause y'all see how like I told you, you see how I was raised. I was not okay with the treatment of the way they treat the people down south and stuff, and New Orleans and Louisiana, all the southern states. I wasn't used to that, and I don't like that. I still don't like that to this day. I don't like that treatment because I'm not used to that. Yes, he did. I was stationed in the yeah, but you know, I was stationed. This is Tony Africa said he was stationed in Army in West Germany during 1982, 84, and they like blacks. It was the East German that okay. So it's a difference even with them. Okay, so it's a difference even with them. Well, maybe all of them came to America because they are there and they joining in with the white supremacists for real. If they are on the most high. I'm hoping they are because only with my eyes do I want to see the reward of the wicked. I want to see they get their just reward. They're Esau. They're Esau, so they should be on that list. They so wicked. They done did our people dirty. Okay, Tony. Okay, Tony said that some of them. Okay. Everybody comes from the black race. That don't mean they like us. Maybe that's why they don't like us. Because they came from the black race. Everybody derived from us because so guess what that means? That means our genes are superior. So people gonna be mad about that. That's why you want to make us feel inferior to you because you came from us. You want to make it seem like we came from monkeys when you the Neanderthal, not us. Africans are the only ones that don't have Neanderthal DNA. The purest DNA is African. Of all the other nations have a percentage of Neanderthal in their genes. So maybe that's why people mad. That ain't our fault. That's the way the creator made us. Because we are the apple of his eye. Came down in East Germany, brought that racist element. Oh, okay, Tony. Tony, I forget it was after the Berlin Wall came down. East, okay. Wow. Wow. Oh boy. It's hard to believe that it came from black people. It's hard to believe that it came from black people, isn't it? It's very hard to believe. But they also mutated too. I think they mutated too. because they mixed with the Nephilim. I don't know if everybody believed that, but there were giants here at one point, and they mix. A lot of them mixed with the giants, so it kind of what you call it, mutated. So maybe that's why they don't look black no more. I don't know. It's a reason why. Because when the creator created Adam, he created Adam from the dirt of the soil. When have you ever seen white soil? The dirt of the soil comes in light brown all the way to dark. So if the creator grabbed the dirt and shaped the man out of the dirt, where white dirt come from? Ain't no white dirt. So it was somewhere mutate, something happened somewhere. Something happened somewhere. Is Park Bunyan real? I don't know who that is, sis. Who is that? Paul Bunyan. Who is that? I don't know who that is. The TZ. Are the TZ locals friendly and welcoming? Are they nice? Yes, they are, Starlight. They are very friendly, very welcoming. And they have he was a giant in the children's book. I know Goliath was real. He might as well be. Jack and the Beanstalk was based on a real story. Um, I think he probably was real. Giants used to exist. Giants used to exist. Somebody says a folklore. I don't know. Sometimes they be making stories, y'all, and sometimes they be real. And we think that it's just a story book, a character like Jack and the Beanstalk. I think that's really real. Giants was big, like they existed, just like with David and Goliath in the Bible. Goliath was a giant. Oh, Tanzanians, back to that question, Starla. Tanzanians are very nice. They have a really mild mannered temperament. They're they seem like introverted all across, but they're very beautiful people, very kind, very nice. You got to be careful because that niceness can get you to give all your money away. The niceness is there, but don't be a fool. Don't let the niceness make you want to give away all your money because they can do that. They're so nice. Oh, my father was in the hospital, blah, 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 blah. Oh, my child is needs, blah, 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 blah. So they are very nice and very peaceful people, but just keep your mind focused. Yep. Yeah, it was a curse. That's true. There was a curse. I know it was some kind of mutate. Something happened to where it changed the DNA. Let me see what's in y'all. What's in y'all say? What she say? Let me see. Let me see what she said. Okay. He was a giant. Okay. Oh, Paul Bunyan is a folk tale folklore tale along with his big blue or name. Okay, y'all know about this. I didn't know about this. Oh. So y'all, they even say that. Listen to this, y'all. They even say that the man with the wolf, the man, half wolf. I forget the name, what you call a thing, but it's the picture of it in the Kemetic in Egypt. They have a god that they worship that looks like it looks like what did I say? A wolf by the head, and it has a body. And I forgot. I think it's Wendigo. They said that thing really exists. It existed, and they say it actually existed. That God that the Egyptians have, those statues they will have with it looks like a body, and then it has the wolf head. They said that's really that thing really existed. It's like a werewolf. It's like a werewolf. In the werewolf movies, when the human being turns to the wolf and sometimes his body still look like a man, he got the wolf. They said that really existed. I believe that. Some of these folks, some of these tales they be saying, some of that stuff existed. Like those Greek gods was real, like Pegasus, and y'all remember that movie with all those with Medusa and Pegasus? Those are Greek gods. The guys that the Greeks worship them to this day. The things, I believe those things existed for real. I believe they existed for real. Creatures, which could be part of the marine kingdom, because the Medusa with the snakes in her hair, the way she looked like maybe one of those marine spirits. So some of those things are real. We think some of this stuff, they tell the truth in some of these comedies and some of these cartoons and stuff. They tell the truth. I don't put nothing past nothing, y'all. I won't be surprised. Y'all seen that modern day giant in Kenya? His name was it Brian or Brandon, or it's a modern day giant in two of them in Kenya, giants. They just popped up on the scene out of nowhere. I think it's Brandon or somebody like that. I think he a real giant. Like, I don't think he's a creation of the Most High. It's something about him that looks weird, but y'all got to research it for yourself. But they're giants. There's two of them in Kenya. They just popped up out the blue. As big as they are, nobody ever saw them until recently. Come on now. They weren't hiding in no village nowhere. They weren't hiding in no village nowhere. You just came out the village and you almost 8 feet tall. Stop it. They got to make shoes for him. About 8 feet tall. He about 8 feet tall. And his feet are, I don't even know how big his feet are. They're massive. They had to make shoes for him. I think his name is Tony might know him. Tony Africa might know him, but he's in Kenya. And all you have to do is say the giant. I think his name is Goliath. Goliath something. Goliath Brandon or something like that. But that's his like name online. And look at him. Look at him good. He look weird. He don't look like he don't look like the Most High created him by the way the way he looked. Just look at him. It's another one that looked just like him that just popped up that's older than him. And they saying that you mean he tell me these giants was hiding in the village and all of a sudden they came out of nowhere. And they don't know nothing about other food besides the food that it's something about it to me. I feel like I just look at them. They look weird to me. They don't look like Most High created them. They don't. I'm sorry. People better be careful because just like people can have babies with giants and those kids be coming out evil, those children are killers. They're half monster, half human. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, y'all, the Bible is true. That's what Goliath was. He was like the giants was eating people. That's why the Most High had to flood the world because the giants was eating animals and human beings. Giants, because they're not of the Most High. And I believe that, y'all. Some people might call me superstitious, but the one with the bird head, who got the bird head? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, the bird head with the human body. Yes, that's right. That's right. Tanzanians are hustlers. They are hustlers. You right about that, George. I'm the comments. I'm jumping all over the place. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to look at these comments. Tanzanians are hustlers. Kenyan, that. What is? Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, let's see. Okay, the first man was a giant, though. You think the first man was a giant? I don't think he was a giant. We mutated over. No, we didn't. I don't think we mutated. We weren't no giant. The Most High ain't create no giant like that because how the Most High created a giant when he had David fighting the Goliath, who was the uncircumcised Philistine. Goliath was the uncircumcised Philistine, and David killed him. We weren't giants. We was normal people. The giants is a mutation or something. Remember that fallen angels fell. So they came down here and they slept with women and they created giants. That's how the giants was created. The fallen ones fell to the earth and they were sleeping with the women of men, the daughters of men. And they had babies and they was giants and they was killers. So Starlight said, no. Oh. What you saying no about? Oh. Yes, yes, he was. Yes, who was? Mike G, who was? Yes, who was? I don't know why this is not, it's not doing right for me. I can't see my comments like I like to. Let me see something. Banner and then comments. Okay. They took a rib from him and made a woman. They took a rib from who? They took a rib from who? The giant? Oh yeah, they took a rib from Adam and made a woman, but Adam was not a giant. Adam was a regular man. Because if Adam was a giant, how come David was a regular man and the Goliath was a uncircumcised Philistine? So the Goliath was a Philistine, and the Philistines were giants, and David was after the Most High. He was the blood seed of the Most High, and he killed the Goliath, the giant. So Adam couldn't have been a giant. That the first woman came from. Gosh, I don't. It's just like a. I'm trying to get this box off. Okay, the first. Okay, so let me read through the comments again, y'all. These little. Okay, let me go back up. Let me come down. Okay. Okay. Became shorter. Mike G, no. Mike G, no. That's not true. It was a genetic curse that the creator put on one of Noah. No, well, that was a curse. That was a curse. That was a curse. Okay. Does he wear shoes? The oh gosh, I'm trying to get these comments and okay, let's see. The woman was according to the Bible, I do believe that the woman was taken out of the rib where the man was taken out while he was asleep and created the woman. Everything the Bible say, I believe. Everything the Bible say, I believe. Starlight said no. I don't know what she's saying no about the first man. And now, Mike G, I don't agree with that. That the first man was a giant. But look at that giant that's in Kenya. His name is Brandon. Um, Goliath Brandon, something like that. The one with yeah, okay. I'm the modern giant. Tony, Tony Africa, no, you not. You ain't no 8 feet tall. I'm serious. Look up Goliath in Kenya. It's two of them. I'm not lying. I know you probably think I'm joking, but I'm for real. I am serious. Yeah, he looks odd. Yes, he do look odd. Don't he look odd? He is not of the Most High. I don't care what nobody say. He is not of the Most High. He's a monster. It's since it's two of them. It's him and it's a one that's a little bit older, and they both big like that. And they've been hiding all this time, sis. Okay, how y'all just popping up in 2022? As big as they are, they was in the village and nobody saw them. Come on now. I don't believe that. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. And these women are flocking around them. Yeah, they about to have some doggone monstrous children. They mate with these giants. Them babies gonna be killers. Telling you, they're gonna be evil. They're gonna be evil children. And they tried to somebody was trying to compare them to the basketball players, but the basketball players is not that big. The basketball players are not 8 feet tall. You had a few, that was that tall, but yeah, they different. They look different. They look weird. They look weird to me, y'all. Y'all gotta see them. Y'all just gotta see them. It could be a distraction. It could be, but just look at them and you tell me what you think. Just go look at these men. Just go look. They all online. They all online. Go look at them. Look at their feet. Look at their face. Just look at them. Yes. Yes, sis. People love demonics. They love demonics. Yep. They love demonics. And people start disappearing. Let me stop. Let me stop. Yeah, you wouldn't catch me with no giant. Rent payment is 3 to 6 months. It's a distraction. Let's see. Yeah. Somebody said, who is this? Rent payment is, I can't get the name. Okay, Starlight. Rent payment is rent payment is 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months. God to answer any question. Is it correct that rent payment is 1 year in advance? No, it's 3 to 6 months in advance. Most of the time when you are a foreigner, they'll say 6 months, 6 months in advance. So every now and then you might get 3 months. If you can try to talk to the owner, you can probably get it down to 3 months, but at least 6 months is usually the going for a foreign person. If they know you're from the outside of the country, they'll say 6 months. But everything is negotiable. Hey, welcome to the live. Who is this? Let's see. I'm trying to Mike. Okay, he wasn't. Who is this saying hello? I can't see your name. Starlight. Welcome to the live. Somebody was just saying welcome. I can't see all the names because my mouse is acting cray. Yes, they took the woman from the rib of the man, just like the Bible say. Yes. The first man was Adam and he was perfect. But that don't mean that he was something just ran. That don't mean that he was a giant. He wasn't small, but he wasn't a giant. I think the first man was maybe 6 foot something, 6'3", 4". Like he wasn't 8 feet tall. I don't think he was 8 feet tall. To conduct the rental transaction, you come with a. Let's see. Okay, let me see something. Somebody has some. When you do look for a rental, you just talk to the owner. You don't have to have a male with you. If you can have like a local to kind of be with you or talk for you, just in case the owner does not know how to speak English, you might want to have maybe a local with you. But you could do it on your own. Like if you go look at the house, you have a person showing you the house, and then you could see if the hey unique child, welcome to the channel, welcome to the live. You can have like someone. It's good to have someone that speaks Swahili with you, just in case, because a lot of the owners don't speak English. And so if you can have someone that can speak for you when you go look at a place, but if you don't have someone to speak for you, then you can do it still. You can still get it done. But it's good to connect with diaspora who are here, and we can connect you with someone. We can go with you. We can kind of speak a little bit. So it's good to just connect with someone that's here. I ride Bajaji three wheelers. I ride three wheelers. That's how I get around. Yeah, born and raised. Okay, oh, that's old. Ooh. Okay, let me see. New comments. Show. Okay, that's good to know. Thanks. You're welcome, Starlight. So you can yeah, it's everything is possible here. Everything is negotiable. You don't have to have a man to do it. But it's good if you can get a local to speak on your behalf, or if you can find out. Sometimes they'll tell you if the owner can speak English. My landlord, she speaks English and she travels to the UK. So I was able to talk to her myself. So it depends on like the owner of the rental that you're looking at. What is what? William Boyd, welcome to the live. If you're still in here, I'm trying to look through these comments and I'm getting lost. But William Boyd, welcome in if you are still here. Oh, it's too funny. Okay, new comments. Okay, show. What are you using to read your? What are you using to read your comments? Um, I'm I'm reading the comments, but normally the window is open for me to read, and it's a referral thing right here that's in my way, and I can't see all of the some kind of reason, some kind of way I can't see. I'm on a computer. I'm on a computer right now. But usually my comment section is like open, and I don't understand why it's not open for me for some reason. So I'm on my computer. I am on my computer, Mike. Use a computer if possible. I am using, let's say, okay, that's good to know. Thanks. Okay. What is it? Is it safe for a single woman, or should you come with a male to conduct? Okay. It's safe, sis. Starlight. I think I said that. It's safe. It's safe. But I would recommend you go with like more than like if you're a woman, I would recommend you take another woman with you or something, or just make sure you connect with Diaspora. If you come here looking for rentals and stuff, you can't do all this stuff by yourself. This is not the West, and things don't work like that. So you need to have someone with you as a woman. Some women have done it by themselves, but just I would say on the safe side, just you know, you want to have somebody with you. Don't do things by yourself. Okay, Mike, I will. Use a computer if possible. I'm doing that. So yeah, so I guess I'll end this stream. I just wanted to chit chat with you guys. We had a nice little conversation, talked about Tanzania, talked about the Bible, talked about Nottaway plantation destruction. And so I guess I'll end this live. Thank you so much for jumping in and chatting with me. I'm trying to get used to doing this more often and try to learn how to maneuver through all these different things that's going on the screen. Yeah. So thank you so much. And I will see you guys in the next video or live. I'm doing a video tomorrow too, y'all. I got a good topic that I'm going to discuss. So I'm going to do a video tomorrow. You're welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing and welcome in the room. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, thank you for subscribing and see you guys in the next one. Shalom, salama, peace, family. Bye.